I'm racing in the Annapolis to Bermuda race aboard Pride of Baltimore, and the race has been postponed. Earlier today, I filmed a little something that gave a whole lot of foreshadowing to this race postponement due to weather.
We're racing Annapolis to Bermuda in tomorrow, less than 24 hours, right? Oh God. This is Captain Jeff, longtime friend, amazing sailor, just epic human in general, and I love him very much, but I refuse to be shorter than him.
Yeah, you're standing on a box, which is clever.
But I also brought him here because I need to ask him a question about the weather that I see coming. There is a tropical depression.
It's not quite a tropical depression yet.
Okay.
It's still in the tropical storm category.
Okay.
And we've been watching basically the projections go from pretty wide angle of what they were thinking to get narrower and narrower and narrower as it starts to approach. So it's unclear at this point how much it's going to affect us. But as the details are getting clearer, it's looking like it's not going to be as big of a deal as people were imagining. So it's a relatively low strength tropical storm at this point. There's the possibility it might get up to a Category 1 hurricane. It might not.
Let me show you some of that gnarly weather. So here it is. There it goes. Totally rad. If you want to know how to do some of that, go ahead and check out some of my other YouTube videos in how to do your own sort of easy weather routing.
You know, there's a lot of other racers out there that are not in boats quite this size. How do you think they're going to do?
So that is up to their captains. This is the type of race where every captain is in charge of his vessel and makes the decisions based on their analysis of the weather forecast.
This is super unusual for me. I'm used to being the captain of white boats that never go out in bad weather. So we would just delay our trip until we see the right weather window. This is a totally unusual circumstance for me personally. This boat just keeps making me have to stretch my abilities.
You have nothing to be worried about.
Okay.
That's
Thanks.
Yep. So the Pride of Baltimore actually has two captains, Captain Jan Miles and myself. And both of us have been watching this weather system and talking it through. And right now there's no cause for alarm to run for the hills and tie up. It's just something to be mindful of. And if that changes, then we'll react accordingly.
So one other thing that I had a thought about when I saw this weather system coming in is that we're going to be taking it right on the bow the whole way to Bermuda, right at the end there. Did you see that?
It depends.
You think
It
that's
really
not
depends. Yeah. So I mean, it's a low pressure system, so it's counterclockwise rotation. So there is a feasibility if it stays a pretty low storm as far as wind strengths, especially localized towards the center, that we'd actually be able to use a lot of that fringe wind to be able to make some distance towards Bermuda. But it's way too early in the game to be making those calls. But it's kind of the things that you think of. So weather prediction is like playing chess against yourself, where nobody ever wins. So it's a lot of just moving pieces around, and then eventually those pieces, get captured or taken and change, and you just react to those variables with the best information that you have. So
awesome.
Yeah.
God, I trust you. I'm so excited that he's the captain. You have no idea. I love Jan as well, don't get me wrong, but this one I've just known a lot longer. So it's exciting.
So they're postponing the race for the little boats. Makes sense. I think it's a good call. And we're still going to get underway though tomorrow, because that's the only way we can keep our COVID passport negative tests valid for our trip to Bermuda. We're going to anchor out. Complicated. And not.
I'm so upset. I made these really embarrassing koozies of him when he was like a little baby, and they haven't come yet. I'm hoping if they arrive in time to get shipped to Bermuda, then I'll be able to really embarrass him.
I mean, all of those photos exist on the internet somewhere, so can't really get away from that these days.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.